How does the trek tie into the gospel? It's a very small, just a 3-day experience that can set the course for the rest of our life.
James took to the sea, wild and fierce she blew from Devonshire on the angry blue, headlong to be free. James took to the sea, strode up on the land, 1631, and he ate the soil, and he drank the sun, a steady, hopeful hand. James strode up on the land.
I felt like my mom and pa were definitely really welcoming, and I feel like it's going to be a good experience. I'm getting to know my other siblings, I guess you could say, and I think it's definitely going to be hard, but I think we're going to all work together and learn something from it.
I've only lived in the state for like a year, so I don't know anyone, but they're all super helpful and they're all so nice and outgoing, and so it just makes it like better. Like I feel like we're already close and it's only been a couple hours.
20 miles a day, Levi walked the plains. Sanctuary, sanctuary, sanctuary. Daddy built a cabin in the woods, and he stacked the pine and fir, and he tricked a river up a hill. He lived there if he could, built a cabin in the woods.
I share the feelings of President Heber J. Grant, who said, "I can never think of the pioneers, but I am full of admiration and gratitude and utter a prayer to the Lord to help me as one of the descendants of that noble band, to be loyal, to be true, to be faithful as they were."
Sanctuary, sanctuary, sanctuary. Water's long, river low.
I didn't know anyone in my family, so it was like brand new meeting everybody. So the Chase family's super fun though, because everyone's super open and everyone loved pushing the handcart, so it was fun. The first thing I think of when I think of trek is dirt. Dirt is everywhere.
Sometimes I'm like an angel, sometimes I'm not that way at all.
I think probably my favorite experience so far is just getting to know each of them, to just figure out who they are and just see how they all know each other, that our stake is such a small little stake that even though it seems big, that they all know each other.
I know you're lonely, that I'll see you in the fall. Sometimes I'm like a gypsy, sometimes I'm not that way at all. watch TV, maybe call a friend, read War and Peace.
I wasn't necessarily nervous, but this is definitely not what I expected. My family just talked about, like, they obviously didn't tell about the whole thing because that kind of ruins it, but they talked about just how you get to know your family super well, and I don't know, I feel like that's been happening for our family. We've just gotten along super well.
Like a hero, sometimes I'm not that way at all. Come, come, ye saints, no toil nor labor fear, but with joy wend your way.
When all the boys left, I felt like all the girls knew what they had to do, and like we all knew it would be really hard. And especially in my family, we had 5 girls, and so it was hard to push the cart by ourselves, and our mom wasn't supposed to help us, so yeah, it was hard.
Our useless cares from us to drive to this end joy. Your hearts will swell, all is well, all is well. And why should we mourn or think our lot is hard? 'Tis not so, all is right. Why should we think?
I think in the night when we were trekking through the dark, and I was just so tired and so hungry, and I just thought, this is one day. We've been doing this for 12 hours, not even if that. Like the emotional toll that it took, I think, reminded me of how strong their testimonies must have been to be able to leave everything they knew and to be able to do that day after day really struck me then.
All is well.
We said a prayer that we could all have strength to be able to get through it together. And we got about halfway up, and we got to where the boys were sitting, and I saw all my friends and my brothers, and it was really hard to keep going past them because even then they couldn't help us.
When sunlight streams so fine.
It was really hard to watch them because, I mean, they're not the biggest girls, they're the strongest, you know, and so you just feel super useless, and then you get to walk alongside them, but you can't even touch the cart or do anything with them.
And it made me really appreciate the men in my life, like how much they actually do help, even if we don't particularly notice it.
I'm amazed at his tender mercies over me. I am alive, soul rise like the moon. I am alive, perspective turning soon. I praise each breath he lends me, day by day by.
Our baby was baby Bertha, and we really did take turns holding her. We all had a turn holding her, even the boys, and we made up stories about what she would say, and so she really became like our baby, and it really was hard to bury her. And think about all the families that had to do that and then keep going and just keep trusting that they would see them again. And my mom and pa remind us that even though our baby wasn't real, there were real kids that that happened to, and to think about our brothers and sisters and our future kids and how hard that would be. And it just gave me so much more respect for the pioneers and gratitude for eternal families.
times where, you know, the music's playing and you're just so excited, and we were so exhausted that I couldn't believe it was here. Thought it was kind of like a trick, like, you know, it was another 50 miles or something crazy like that, but it was really exciting to see all the signs when we were getting closer and closer, and then seeing everyone at the end cheering us on. It felt really good.
So we gotta, but still, that's why they make these tools.
I am the greatest of pretenders, turning away from every storm that comes along. Somebody play the soul contender, so what's going on?
I just hit the.
And all the places I've been
Are you getting this on video?
taken by the prophets and poets and fools, feeding my hunger for adventure with a lifetime yet to lose. Two roads in Yellowwood, can't waste any time. Take the road less traveled by, gotta wait in line, and I sure took the long way around. Didn't I? The sky is yellow-gray and fun. It's just me and the snow plows out on Minnesota 94. Fate locks onto my front bumper, drags me home to your door. Now that you've noticed my impatience, now that I know you're someone I could hang around, I hope you send your thoughts my way since I'm coming back in town. Y'all wanna be original, making up the rules. Gotta do things different, just like all those other different fools. And I sure took a long way around, didn't I? And I'm high on the wire, no safety net. But I haven't found it yet. No, no, I am the greatest of pretenders. And I am the mighty hunter dressed up for you. You are the love forever waiting. Just say you love me. When it gets so quiet out here, I can never tell. Is it 'cause you don't know me at all? 'Cause you know me well. And I sure took a long way around. And I sure took a long way around. Yeah, you sure took a long way around. Yeah, you sure.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my
So I was really excited when I found out that we were going to get letters today. It was really cool because I had the opportunity, or at least my parents are the people that wrote to me, so I had the opportunity to hear things that most of the time, like I know, like they don't really say it out loud.
Though trials may come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and has shed his own
I was just really
blood.
grateful to get that letter, and just knowing that my family really believes in me. It's just good to know that. Just knowing that they love me, and they took the time to write the letter for me.
It is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trump shall resound, and the Lord shall descend, even so.
I stand in awe of the faith and the fortitude of the pioneers of the past. And when I read their stories and hear of what they went through, it really humbles me. And so I pray tonight that I can keep somewhat control of my emotions and share this message with you. It still takes faith and testimony in the fire of the covenant to be true disciples today, not cultural converts or social saints. It still takes pioneer-like commitment to not only live the gospel in the comforts of the Glendale North Stake, but also among the temptations of our sinful society. Ephraim Hanks was an early pioneer. Didn't take long before he received some unsolicited advice from the prophet. He was at a dance in Salt Lake, and when the prophet saw him, he went up to Ephraim. He looked at Ephraim and he told him he needed to go home and to shave. Ephraim's beard, in fact, went almost all the way down to his waist. But he knew he was going to listen to the prophet, so he went home, left the dance, went home, shaved, came back sporting a nice trimmed mustache. The prophet saw him, went over, rubbed his hand across his face and said, "I meant a clean shave." So Ephraim went back home and shaved his mustache and went back to the dance. Later said of Ephraim by the prophet. Here is a man always ready to lay down his life for the authorities of the church, as well as for the cause of Zion and her people. It still takes faith today. Ephraim hangs like faith to follow our leaders.
When we did the Pioneer Sensory Theater, it was unexpected.
It was used to help us better understand the difficulties that the pioneers went through when they were making the trek to Salt Lake, and the spirit was super strong.
And it gives you appreciation that they truly did find strength beyond their own because of this is not humanly possible. And that you can survive to tell this story and to leave the legacy that they did.
I've never experienced anything like that before.
As I sat there with ice water on my feet and was able to, with my eyes closed, be able to visualize being in the rivers and just being in there for a few seconds, and the physical pain that I was experiencing really captivated me and made me realize, made me appreciate more the faith, the great faith that they had.
So I can't imagine like them walking in and there was a dad talking to his son, and the son said, "What if we fall in?" And the dad said, "Don't worry, like I won't let you fall in." And I was just kind of touching because like he just took away his son's fear. There was like no time to like buffer or like he knew that he was there for him. I guess it kind of shows like Heavenly Father's like always there for me. Like there's no need to ask. I know He's there.
And at the end they handed us a nail, and I realized that that's probably a nail that was used to crucify Christ. And I just thought, wow, like that's so cool, like that He's done that for me.
It's kind of nice to see what the pioneers went through, and nice to kind of get a better appreciation for what they did and how we're here now. Probably my favorite part though, our family, we were over there in our campsite and we went around and said what we liked about each other, what we noticed, and Pa said that I'd be a great father and a great husband, and that kind of meant a lot to me. So.
She blew from Devonshire on the angry blue, headlong to be free. James took to the sea, strode upon the land, 1631, and he ate the soil, and he drank the...
So this is obviously my first and last time at Trek, and I'm one of the oldest ones in my group, one of the oldest siblings, so it's really fun. It's really cool being able to be a leader for the younger kids, and just to like be that one on the trail that's always like super supportive for the other people.
You know, Trek is one of these unique experiences where it's this incubator for miracles and for amazing growth. You know, you can't force a bean to sprout or an egg to hatch before it's time. You just can foster an environment, and that's all Trek really is. We just foster an environment. When you have willing participants, they're quickly overcome with charity, and they jump in and they help out, and they have kindness. And for at least a few days, we all act a little more Savior-like. We're more prone to love like the Savior. We don't judge. We sacrifice willingly. We pull together. We don't ask. We don't wait for someone to ask for help. We jump in and we help. We love. We love a mom and pa who we don't know and who are older, and We love them, we respect them, and we'll invite them to our ceilings someday, is what happens to kids that go on track. I hope that the love that every kid has surely felt from many directions. I think they've recognized and felt it from their family, from this assigned mom and pa, from a stake leadership that was willing to spend all the time and put this program together, and from their parents when they open a letter and read about how their parents feel about them and how much they love them. I hope that they take from track a small feeling of how much the Savior must really love us. If all these imperfect people can love them so quickly, so instantly, with all of our insecurities, with all of our shortcomings and limitations, think how much the Savior loves each of us. That's what I hope everyone takes away from track.
Sanctuary.